Hello, hello. Welcome back to Tarot Tuesday with your boy Hippie Trap. We're just getting some of the vibe happening with some wonderful new incense that I got this weekend. So, hope you guys had a nice Valentine's Day weekend. We got what up? And you found some time to spend with some loved ones, whether that be a platonic love or a romantic love. Hoping you saw my collective reading, which was very hopeful to me. Seems like there's a lot of potential for healing, which is the Aquarius energy. Hopefully y'all are feeling like this Mercury retrograde is letting up a little bit. I'm pretty sure I'm feeling like it is. Let's see, get the lighting a little better here. Alright. Hopefully you're feeling like the storm clouds are letting up, because I don't know about you guys, but this was an intense one. Did you guys have, who we got in here? We got David. What up, David? And Jen, welcome back. Thanks for joining. Homies, do you guys feel like this was a particularly intense retrograde or what? Because I really feel like for myself, the darkness came out, like, which is good, because when the darkness comes up, we can let it out. We can let it go, we can move forward, but definitely thinking about the Five of Pentacles has been moving around a lot, which is a card of struggles, hardships, maybe financial hardships, but I felt like I kept seeing all these pairs of peoples in the card, so maybe somebody's helping you through those troubles, because I feel like the suggestion of that card is definitely to look for help. Yep. Alright, well. Hopefully you surrendered to it, because I know for myself, even last week, I was thinking about the cards we had from the week before last week, and I was like, man, my suggestion was to surrender to it, and did I even surrender to it? Like, I don't know. Well, we're all humans, right? Just doing the best that we can. But we do have Mercury retrograde ending this week. I believe it's Friday, but then we're in the shadow period for a period of time, still like another couple weeks after that, but things should be winding down. And we had a new moon, I think it was last Thursday, so hopefully some of those new intentions that you've set, maybe Mercury retrograde brought up some things that you needed to address, and now you've set new intentions around how you're going to deal with what came up during this retrograde. So let's get down into it. Let's see what we got going on here. We still have like a ton of Aquarius energy rather happening. So I feel like that's just going to be a theme this year. I'm thinking about some of the cards we had last week too. Judgment is what I'm also thinking about right now. Mostly because I just feel like we're all at that point where like, we're ready, right? We're ready for the angel to blow the trumpet, like, this shit's over. We can all go back out into the world and enjoy the Renaissance part of this bullshit and reconnect with people. I feel like the Five of Pentacles has been popping up for a lot of people, on a lot of reads that I've seen, so maybe I think people are just feeling, I know myself, I'm feeling just like a little disconnected, just a little bit like over the struggle, you know? Ready to, move forward. Oh, and as I say that, what did I just see? Wow, the Five of Pentacles! And the High Priestess from last week, too. So, again, with the High Priestess, like, we're in between. It's like, accept that you're, like, at this point where you're just not gonna know the answers. And so you need to accept that and just move forward with faith, with your belief, using your intuition, still relying on your intuition. Always relying on your intuition, but when the High Priestess shows up, your intuition is very strong right now. I feel like they even fell out together, so maybe it's also saying that like your intuition about how you're struggling or the ways to get out of your struggle are now prevalent to you. So listen to what your own authority is saying, because you are the only person really with the answers and the solutions to your troubles. But the High Priestess is definitely like, she's going to make you wait. Because there's just an air of vagueness to her, you know? Like, alright, let's see what else we got here. Something new. I feel like we've seen a lot of the same cards, and that is also speaking to that, like, maybe there's, especially with the Five of Pentacles, like this stagnant energy, right? We're all just like, I don't know, kind of over the stale news, the stale, you know, when are things going to move at that Aquarius pace, that like lightning fast, like cutting like a knife, right? Like, I feel like all the insights are coming to us, but sometimes it takes time before that can all, you know, first it starts as thoughts and then feelings, then those feelings can go out into the real world. So, okay, we got Knight of Swords. And Ace of Swords again. Wow. Alright, well, Ten of Swords fell out too. Wow, again, like all this sword, all this mind energy. Alright. But we do have the Knight of Swords is in reverse. And I feel like sorry, I got a lot flying out at me at one time. Again, the Swords energy, it's all up here. And with Ace of Swords, too, again, it's like, wow, we got Ace of Swords and then Ten of Swords. So it's like, all right, the beginning is the end, you know? So if you're feeling like this drained, like, energy, you're feeling like you're just like, you're being bled out, right? I mean, it's kind of a dramatic sight on this card here. The thing about this card, too, is it looks very dark, but there's actually all this yellow, like the sun is coming up on the horizon. Actually, there's a lot of, like, yellow allegory in these cards right now. Like, there's, like, a yellow crown on top of the card. We got in the background, I don't even know what those are. I want to say it's like a pomegranate or something. And then the coins. So, I feel like there's a lot of this, like, darkness, but surrounded with, like, there's this golden light that's coming through right now. And with the Knight of Swords, it's literally saying, like, slow down, slow it down, like, don't be overly ambitious here. He's the most ambitious guy in the entire deck. Even more so than the Knight of Pentacles. But see, the thing about, like, I'm sorry, even more so than the Knight or the King of Pentacles, because I feel like the King would be the most ambitious, right? He's all about the business and such. But the Knight of the Knight of Swords is also very ambitious, but his problem is that he hasn't learned how to take all of that energy that he's feeling and turn it into a consistent, sustained effort. So he's rushing towards everything, but that's exactly the energy that is burning him out in the first place. So again, there's this like maybe feeling of rush or being like, I feel like we're ready, right? We have this Ace of Swords. We have this new potential for thinking about things in a new way, seeing things in a new way, communicating things in a new way. But again, with the High Priestess and the Knight of Swords, it's like, we got to take this information and it's time to just slow it down and really think about, like, what does this mean to us? What does this mean to myself? Instead of necessarily communicating this out to some humongous group of people. I feel like we're all just learning a lot about our struggle and, like, you know, we want to rush to the end to be through the struggle. But the thing is the struggle is actually showing us something very important, and that's why we need to also trust our intuition, trust to be patient, and to, like, trust the process. You know, I feel like sword and air energy, it's all about, like, the data, the process of things, not necessarily, like, the reward at the end. So there's something valuable that's being learned here. More than just slowing down. I feel like it's also like quelling our ambitions. Because I feel like as a society, we're definitely taught to dream big, think big, you know, like want all the things. And that's great. I'm telling you, definitely do all of those things. But that sometimes our over ambitiousness might be actually what's creating our struggle, because we then ooh, pardon me. That's creating our struggle, because in that drive for more, or towards our goals, we're forgetting to enjoy what we have around us. Four actually came out before too, and it's saying four of swords, yo. It's time to rest. It's time to chill. It's time to bring it all down like a notch. Again, like even in the card, it looks like they're meditating, right? And the thing with swords cards too is I feel like there's a very large spiritual component to the swords energy, and especially to Aquarius energy, because our thoughts turn into our feelings turn into our actions, right? And also the swords just kind of signify also like difficulties or struggles, again, to go back to a theme from last week, just the battles that we might be fighting, but that we don't have to be fighting those battles and charging into battle because on every front. If we battle on every front, we're sure to lose the war, right? So it's about picking and choosing. And the Lovers, picking and choosing our battles. So now with the Lovers, I feel like maybe some of these struggles are being realized through a relationship. We do have, I keep seeing again this like in the five of Pentacles and on a couple other cards we had last week. There's two people. So, and I feel like this also speaks to that the struggle is that maybe we're all missing that in-person communication. That we're all missing, like we're social creatures, and I feel like this whole thing has really shut us down socially. Yes, we have Zoom, yes, we have all this technology, but there's still nothing like us coming together in the woods, right? Coming together in nature, coming together somewhere. Shit, I'm thinking about how much I fucking miss music festivals or just going to see live music in that atmosphere. But again, this could be a time that you're realizing a lot of things through your relationships. Maybe it's also saying that to not be overambitious in your relationships either, and to slow things down. What's the message coming to me too is creating that hardship, because we have this image in our mind of what love should be or what relationships should be. But relationships, everyone's just a mirror, right, to already how we feel about ourselves. So maybe we're realizing some of that through this time, or maybe our over-ambitions towards relationships and love is what's making us feel like drained, like Ten of Swords energy. It's making us feel, like we're not reaching our goals no matter what we do, but maybe we're trying to turn someone into something that they're not. Instead of just learning to love everybody and like for who they are, what they are, instead of trying to change people. All right. Let's keep going here. Really like what we got happening here. Oh, all right. 7 of Cups. That's 7 of Cups, which is whenever I see the 7 of Cups, it just makes me think like, all right, analysis paralysis. There's too many options. Maybe you got too many options in love. Shit, there's worse things to happen, right? Or maybe that's also kind of that Knight of Swords in reverse energy of like, I have all these things that I'm trying to get at. They all seem like they're going to bring me happiness, or all these gifts seem like a great thing, but if you actually look, there's like a snake in one of them. So it's to say that sometimes things that seem like a gift, or sometimes the things that seem like they're great on the surface, actually turn out to be detrimental and moving us further away from the things that we truly desire. Oh boy. Well, we got the Tower in this thing now. So it's just getting more and more interesting. This does make me wonder what's going to happen for the rest of this week as Mercury retrograde closes out. It seems as though that the steady stream of information coming through our thoughts is definitely not going to end. And with a card like the Tower, which is to say that there's going to be a bolt of lightning, a flash of insight that's going to come through and rock our foundation, is to definitely say that there might be continued struggle. All right, so we got Temperance, too. I mean, these are so many of the same cards, and this is the stuff that blows my mind, because I've already done readings in between. I've shuffled the shit out of the cards, and it's just like, these energies are still here. Now, with the Tower and Temperance, what I'm seeing too is that in this slowing down, in this, trying to really cope with our struggle, whether that be just of your thoughts or something that's draining your energy, maybe a relationship, that we're actually, the Tower is seen as a terrible card. And I think that, yes, while it can be shocking, the upheaval, the chaos, it's like those subconscious thoughts that all of a sudden you realize you're acting in a certain way and you realize the problem is like you or something, right? It's tough to take that on. But once you do, that is the place from which you can actually find temperance, right? And that is like acceptance of all the parts of yourself and finding harmony between them and finding ways to make them all work. Finding a way to love all of the parts of yourself. I feel like in a world theme, we're definitely seeing that, right? We're seeing to a degree that, there's a lot of ugly still in this country. And maybe while we haven't gotten to the full level of that we need to love all of it, which, of course I'm not saying love the destruction, love the hate, love all of that. But what I'm saying is what creates that hate is more hate, right? Or just misunderstanding. And somewhere down the line, someone is going to have to love someone that hated them in order to stop the cycle of hate. Or to stop the cycle of misunderstanding. Someone needs to be the one to understand, to put their ego aside and say, okay, I'm going to see this from the upper room, from the higher level. And I definitely feel like with a card like Temperance and the Lovers, because these are angelic forces. It's like we got one angel, the angel Michael, who's like mixing everything together and trying to find flow, right? This is the card of alchemy. It's the Sag card. Which us Sag definitely have to find the balance between all the parts, So there could be some shocking revelations this week that you might have to find a way to really work in to whatever it is you're already working on, but know that these are the workings of your angels, trying to show you your higher self and show you a way that is not going to be as much of a struggle for you. Or if it is a struggle, that you're going to be able to find contentment in your struggle and just in life. So we got the Two of Pentacles, and this is just to say that maybe this week, again, there's going to be lots of ups and downs, and what I'm seeing too is, again, still this when the intensity comes on, it's okay to take some time and rest and not to force yourself to always keep going, to always keep fighting the battle, because that's like Knight of Sword energy is just like, I have this mentality, I'm just going to keep charging through, but that's not what the suggestion is here. The suggestion is if you're struggling, it's okay to stop, take time, figure out what's draining your energy, meditate on it. Is this an option that I have to take? Or is this something that seemed like it was one way, but really now it is not as it used to be? And that insight might come in a shocking way, or come in a way that is not so pretty. But again, there's this Two, so it's like we're in between. We're finding the balance. We're finding the ways to ride the ups and downs. Because in this card, it's the Juggler card too. In the background, we got these boats going up and down over the waves, and that's to say that life ain't never gonna stop, baby. All that happens is that you get better at surfing the waves and riding that shit out. All right, so we got a final card here, and then we're gonna do what do you know, Judgment. Okay, so just like I was saying, Judgment oh my god, just there's so much angelic force happening in this read, seriously, which is also to remind you that your angels are always around you, your guides, your highest good. It's all right there. It's about tapping into it and being open to receive and open to letting it in. But we got, again, I think this actually is supposed to be, it almost looks like the angel on Temperance. I don't know if that's just because that's the allegory that they use, but the wings are like the same color. And then I guess it even does look kind of similar here. But Judgment is to say that we're all needing that awakening, right? That maybe that's what this all is too. Again, this awakening to yourself, to your own ways, to your own struggles, to your behaviors that are holding you back, or to the ways of thinking that are holding you back, or possibly the relationships. Could be a love relationship, maybe it's a family member or something that's just draining your energy. So, oh man, we started with the Five of Pentacles goals, which is to say like struggle, and I feel like what it's saying is that the struggle is what wakes us up. It's the discomfort. If we're just always in our comfort zone, if we're always in that place of like in just the routine, because again, sword energy definitely loves routine and such. If we're just in that and we're mindlessly going through it though, then that might be causing part of our struggle, part of our unhappiness, because we're multifaceted beings and we need to work all those parts into it. I feel like temperance and the juggler together, it's like, the ups and downs or the many different parts of life, they all need to get balanced. Alright, so let's pull some angel cards here real quick just to finish things off, but yeah. I think the Judgment card is really saying that, like, despite all these struggles, the angels are there, and like we're like so close to that time that's just gonna blow the horn and wake us all back up, and then who knows? We'll probably look back and romanticize the past somehow. All right, angels, what you got for us here today for this week? Oh, here we go. All right, learning experience. Yes, this all certainly has been a learning experience. We got learning experience and signs and reminders. So, again, those signs that your angels are all around you is always prevalent, and I feel like this definitely goes with this because, like I just said, the struggle is actually illuminating to you what needs to be learned, what needs to be healed. We're learning about ourselves. We're learning about our limits. We're learning about what's good for us and what is not good for us. I'm just going to read. I've never actually pulled this one before. It's a very interesting looking card. I feel like it kind of relates. It looks like the Hermit. Like they got this light that is really supposed to be signifying the inner light. And they have their eyes closed and they're like holding their heart and they're like trying to tap back into that inner light. Learning experience. You have you have dedicated a lot of your time, effort, and energy to understand yourself and the world and have many experiences recently that have been great teachers. Even though not everything has been easy or perfect, there has been a positive in that you have come to understand yourself, your gifts, and your abilities better than ever. You are deeply connected to who you are, what you stand for, and what's important to you in life. When this card appears for you, angels are acknowledging the challenges and obstacles you have surmounted recently. Although it may have been a difficult time for you, your faith and inner strength have increased. Know that the cloud has a silver lining, and you will soon be moved beyond the feeling of being stuck or unsupported. Wow, that's really relating to that Five of Pentacles energy that's showing up. And again, I feel like this energy of slowing down, learning what's holding us back, what's draining us, whether that's like overambition, relationships. Inner peace and a sense of security come from overcoming hardships. Wow, just the fact that they use the word hardship, because that's now what I'm thinking, the Five of Pentacles. Every time I see it, I just think hardship, like that one word, so that's really affirming to me. Without the challenges that life has presented to you, you wouldn't be the person that you are today. Wow! This is a time for you to reflect on the incredible strength you have. No matter what has gone wrong for you, you have made your way through the darkness and into the light. When this card appears for you, your angel guide is inviting you to ask yourself, what have I learned from this? This card represents the teacher you have within, and through integrity and connection, you will be able to find a message within the mystery. If you are facing challenges, you are being encouraged to keep going and trust the worst will soon be over. The light at the end of the tunnel is coming. I feel like I said that to somebody else too. I'm kind of freaked out. That was awesome. I hope that resonated with you guys. I hope you have a great week. And just know that if you are facing these hardships, that they're trying to teach you something that will ultimately help you on your journey. So thank you so much for tuning in. Tune in next week. We'll be back with another Tarot Tuesday, baby. Hippie Trap out. Love y'all.